All right, happy Thursday, guys. So I've had quite a few questions about dehydrating my kale, which I have in the dehydrator right now. All I do is I go out in my garden and I cut the leaves off of my kale, and I'm gonna have to cut some back there. It does fly around, you know, as it's getting light and dehydrates. So my kale plant actually I thought was dead, and it actually came back to life and gave me some more extra kale. So I just bring it in, I wash it really well under cool water, dry it off as much as I can, and then I put it in the dehydrator at 105. And I just let it sit there, usually overnight. I'll usually do this in the afternoon, throw it in there, and by morning it's done. So I've been wanting to actually just turn on the camera and show you guys. So it's actually been a couple of days that my kale has been dehydrated in here. So I had to kind of run it early this morning just to make sure I dried it back out. But I wanted to show you, so many of you had questions about what I do with it and how I use it. So I figured I would just turn on the camera and show you. So first thing that we're going to do is I've got a little KitchenAid here. And I'm just going to take my kale out and I put it on sheets. I don't put it on, you know, your dehydrator will come with sheets that look like this. I have some nonstick coated sheets that I put over it, just so that it doesn't get caught in the little netting. So I'm going to just take that out and pick up some of the pieces that blew off here. Put in some more. Just crush it, get it in there. Then we're just going to put the lid on. Now I try to cut off as much of the stem as I can, but honestly, once it's dehydrated, whatever stem is left will just get chopped up. All right, and then that is what we have. So what I do then is I get a mason jar and a funnel. Get that all in like that, and then that is it. Now I'll keep adding to this as we go, and then before you know it, I'll have a jar of kale like this. This is what I was able to dehydrate over the summer. And then you can go ahead and, which is what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and just fill this jar up. And I use this like parsley. My family thinks it's parsley when I use it. Looks just like parsley, except, you know, it's kale. It's a superfood. And then what I do is I put an herb lid from Ball on there, where you can just, you know, sprinkle it in. I sprinkle it in everything. I do have some, let's see here, I do have some actual parsley. Now, they look very similar. So, there's a difference between those. And then I do have, this is cilantro. And then I also have dill. So, and those are all from my plants that I grew out on my deck this past summer. So, well, except the kale. The kale didn't grow in an herb pot. That actually was grown in my garden. And you can see how much I got from it. I got quite a bit. So next year, I'm going to do some things differently, and I think I'm going to have an herb garden down in a raised bed and see how it does. Right now, currently, I have 2 containers going right now. I'm trying to germinate the seeds with, they're under the grow lights of, this will be oregano, rosemary in the middle, and thyme. And this side will be basil, chives, and cilantro. So we're gonna see if I can grow them in the house so that I can have some herbs through the fall and hopefully the winter. But yeah, that's it. So like I said, I sprinkle it in everything. Anytime I would use parsley, I just sprinkle a little kale. It looks just like parsley. And everyone's getting a superfood. So that's what I do with it. I hope this is helpful and maybe inspires you to go ahead and grow some kale and chop it up and use it as a seasoning in your foods. So yeah, all right guys, I will be seeing you soon. Bye guys.